So the first problem says x minus 1 over 3 is equal to k, and we have to find the value of x when k is 3, right? So we can cross multiply. Here we have that x minus 1 is equal to 3 times k, that is 3 times 3. Therefore x is equal to 9 plus 1, 10. So the correct answer is D, 10. In the second problem, we are given that I is the imaginary number, square root minus 1, and we are asked to calculate 7 plus 3i plus minus 8 plus 9i. So we remember, we add the real parts, that is 7 and minus 8, minus 1, and the imaginary parts, that is 3 and 9, plus 12i. So the correct answer is A. In number 4, we are told that Armand, I will denote him by A, sent M text messages each hour for 5 hours, and Tyrant T sent P text messages each hour for 4 hours. So we are asked which of the following represents the total number of messages sent by Armand and Tyrant on Saturday afternoon. Well, we have to see how many messages has Armand sent and how many messages has Tyrant sent, and then add the sum. If I look at the first answer, 9 and P, we don't deal with the sum, so that's eliminated. This is one way of going about SAT, trying to eliminate the answers which are not reasonable, and then deal with the answers left. If we are lucky enough, we are left only with one possible answer. It's like in Sherlock Holmes, after you eliminate all the possibilities, the only one left, no matter how ridiculous or improbable it seems, is the correct answer. B deals with a product, so it cannot be, so we are left with two sums, that is C and D. In C we have 5M, which looks correct, Armand sent 5, plus 4P. So that's the right answer. If we look at D, D says 4M plus 5P, which is incorrect because Armand didn't send for 4 hours. So the correct answer is 5M plus 4P, that is answer C. Now if we look at number 4, we are told that Katie is a repair technician for a phone company. Each week she repairs a batch of phones that need repairs. Each week, remember. The number of phones that she has left to fix at the end of each day can be estimated with the equation P equals 108 minus 23D, where P is the number of phones left and D is the number of days she has worked that week. What is the meaning of the value 108 in the equation? So first choice is Katie will complete the repairs within 108 days. Well, can that be the answers? Let's think about when is P equal to 108. Well, P would be 108 when D is 0. And when is D 0? D is 0 at the beginning of the week. So the answer is not right. B, Katie starts each week with 108 phones to fix. And that's it, right? Because P is 108 at the beginning of the week when D is 0. So the correct answer is B. Number 5, if we look at it, which of the following is equivalent to the expression above? And the expression is x squared y minus 3y squared plus 5xy squared minus x squared y plus 3xy squared minus 3y squared. So if we look at the like terms, we have x squared y minus x squared y. It means plus 2x squared y. So these two are 2x squared y. So answer A doesn't contain 2x squared y. Answer B doesn't contain it. We find it in answer C or D. Now the difference will be made by xy squared. Let's see who are the coefficients of xy squared. We have 5xy squared minus and plus minus 3xy squared, which will be equal to 2xy squared. Therefore, by elimination, the correct answer is going to be answer C. If we look at number 6, we are told that H is equal to 3A plus 28.6. So it's a linear dependence between H and A. The pediatrician uses the model above to estimate the height H. H means the height of a boy in inches in terms of the boy age A in years between ages 2 and 5. Based on the model, what is the estimated increase in inches of a boy's height per year? So we are asked about increase in height H per year. If you remember the equation of a line, the meaning of A is the slope. That is, how much does H increase or decrease in a given period of time, which is exactly what I want. So it means that the coefficient of A, 3, is the answer, because 3 is the slope of the line, which means exactly increase in height over year, per every year. So the correct answer is A. Number 7 says that M equals to fraction line, and we have R over 1200 multiplied by 1 plus R over 1200 to the power of n. The whole fraction is multiplied by p. It means we can write at the numerator times p over 1 plus R over 1200 power n minus 1. If we cross multiply, we obtain that R over 1200 times 1 plus R over 1200 to the power of n times by p is equal to m into 1 plus R over 1200 power n minus 1. And if we have to make p subject of formula, we have to divide both sides by the product between r over 1200 and 1 plus r over 1200 power n. In other words, by looking at the answer, we look which option has this factor at the denominator. And the correct option is option B. So the answer is B. Now in number 8 we are told that A over B equals 2, and we are asked to find 4B over A. That means 4 times B over A. B over A is the reverse of A over B, therefore B over A will be equal to half, so 4 times half. We simplify and we are left with 2, that is correct answer is C. Number 9 is a system of equations, 3x plus 4y equals negative 23 and 2y minus x equals negative 19, equation 1, equation 2. We can see from equation 2 we can make x subject of formula by sending x to the right hand side. So we have 2y minus 19 comes to the left hand side as plus 19 equals x. Now we take the x and replace in the equation 1. 3x means 3 times 2y, 6y, plus 3 times 19, plus 57, plus 4y equals negative 23. 6y plus 4y is 10y equals negative 23 minus 57. It will be minus 80. We divide both sides by 10. So y will be minus 80 divided by 10, negative divided by positive, negative 8. Therefore, when I'm looking at the answer, the only answer which has the y negative 8 is the answer B. There's no need to find x. In number 10, we are told that g of x is ax squared plus 24. For the function g defined above, a is a constant and g of 4 is equal to 8. What is the value of g of negative 4? Now the easiest way is to notice that this function is symmetrical. If I have to sketch the graph, is a parabola which can be sketched from the graph of y is equal x squared. We stretch it by a on the y-axis, so that would be y is ax squared. I have assumed that a is positive, which we don't know yet, but it's just an assumption which will not change anything. And now we have to add 24, that is, we have to pull it upwards by 24 units. So the vertex will be at 0, 24. So that is the parabola y equals ax squared plus 24. We can notice that the graph is symmetrical with respect to the y-axis. So if g of 4 is 8, it means that g of minus 4, because of the symmetry, is the same thing as g of 4. That is, it will be equal to 8 itself. So the correct answer is A. Now number 11. B represents the price per pound of beef, and B is 2.35 plus 0.25x. C is 1.75 plus 0.40x. C is the price per pound of chicken. What was the price per pound of beef when it was equal to the price per pound of chicken? So if the two prices are equal, it means that our equation will be b equals c. We equate b and c. So 1.75 plus 0.40x equals 2.35 plus 0.25x. Everything that contains x is brought to the left hand side and the constant is moved to the right hand side by changing the sign. So 0.40x minus 0.25x equals 2.35 minus 1.75. Therefore 0.15x equals 0.60. We divide both sides by 0.15, so x is going to be equal to 4. Okay, so it's the 4th week. And this is not the answer. I'm looking back at the question. The question is asking what was the price per pound of beef. So we replace x is 4 in the expression of b and we get b is 2.35 plus 0.25 times 4. 0.25 times 4 is 1. So that will be $3.35, which makes correct answer D. For number 12, we are told that a line in the xy plane passes through the origin. So the line passes through the point coordinate 0, 0 and has a slope of 1 over 7. If it passes through the origin, right, it means that the equation is of the type y equals mx, because the y-intercept is 0. It cuts the y-axis at 0. So when I'm looking at the answers, well, I know that m is 1 over 7, so the equation is y equals 1 over 7x. So I'm looking for which answer, the y, is 1 over 7 of the x. Answer A, y is 7, x is 0. 7 is not 1 over 7 of 0. Answer B, y is 7, x is 1. 7 is not 1 over 7 of 1. Answer C, y is 7, x is 7. 7 is not 1 over 7 of 7. And answer D, 2 is 1 over 7 over 14, true. So the correct answer is 14 and 2. That is the answer D. Let's look at number 13. We are told if x is greater than 3, which of the following is equivalent to 1 over x plus 2 plus 1 over x plus 3. It will be equal to, I always align the fraction line, the main fraction line with the equal sign is very important. At the denominator, the common denominator is the product between x plus 2 and x plus 3. The first fraction has to be amplified by x plus 3, multiplied, numerator and denominator, and the second one by x plus 2. 1 times x plus 3, it will be x plus 3. 1 times x plus 2, x plus 2. X plus 3 plus x plus 2 will be 2x plus 5, and the numerator was 1. So that will be equal to 1 over this fraction. It means we have to reverse the fraction. So the answer will be x plus 2 multiplied by x plus 3. Everything divided by 2x plus 5. If we are looking at the options given here, only option B has 2x plus 5 at the denominator. And if we check the numerator, indeed is going to be x squared plus 3x plus 2x, that is plus 5x plus 6, which is exactly answer B. Now let's look at number 14. 3x minus y equals 12. And the question is, what is the value of 8 power x over 2 power y? You remember the laws of indices, of exponents, is that if we have the same base, a power n over a power m is equal to a power, we subtract the powers, n minus m. Now we don't have the same base here, it's 8 and 2, but we know that 8 is 2 to the cube. So that will be 2 to the cube power x over 2 power y. That is 2 power 3x over 2 power y. Now we can apply the laws of indices and we are getting 2 power 3x minus y. And we know that 3x minus y is 12. So that will be 2 power 12, which gives us correct answer A. Number 15. We have that ax plus 2 into bx plus 7 is equal to 15x squared plus cx plus 14, and the key phrase here is for all values of x, and a plus b equals 8, and we are asked what are the two possible values of c. So if we can go by multiplying, we have ab x squared plus 7ax plus 2bx plus 14 equals, for all values of x, 15x squared plus cx plus 14. Because this identity is true for all values of x, we create coefficient of x squared with coefficient of x squared. Therefore, ab should be equal to 15. But we know that a plus b is 8. And we think what two numbers multiplied, the product is 15 and the sum is 8. So we have a is 3, b is 5, or another possible solution, the other way around, a is 5, b is 3. So in the first case, this would be case 1, case 2. For the first case, we see on the left hand side the coefficient of x is 7a plus 2b, and on the right hand side the coefficient of x is c. Now, being given that a is 3 and b is 5, we have that c will be equal to 7 multiplied by 3, 21, plus 2 multiplied by 5, 10, 21 plus 10, 31, or in the second case, 7a plus 2b is equal c. Therefore, c will be 7 times 5, 35, plus 2 times 3, 6, 35 plus 6, 41. So c can take the values 31, or the other value is 41. Therefore, the correct answer is D. Number 16. T is greater than 0 and t squared minus 4 equals 0. So we can move minus 4 on the right hand side, or you can think of adding 4 to both sides. Therefore, t squared will be equal to 4. When we apply square root to both sides, square root t squared is 4. Therefore, t can be equal to plus or minus 2. But remember, t was positive. Therefore, t cannot be minus 2. So the answer is t is equal to 2. For number 17, we have two triangles. A, B, C, D, E. We are given that the distance AE is x feet. The length of AB is 1,800 feet. The length of EB is 1,400 feet. The length of BD is 700 feet. And the length of CD is 800 feet. We are also given that angles AEB and CDB have same measure. Therefore, the lines AE and DC are parallel, being given that we have a Z angle here, this Z angle, one angle, second angle, the Z shape. The Z angles are equal. Therefore, the lines are parallel. The angle B1 or ABE is equal to the angle B2 or DBC as being opposite angles. Therefore, the triangles are similar, the two triangles ABE, the blue one, and the magenta triangle are similar. Therefore, similarity can be looked at as if one triangle is the other one magnified. So triangle ABE has been sketched from triangle BDC by magnifying it. And let's think how many times this magnification has taken place. If we look at BD is 700, and then we go and look at EB is 1,400 feet, we can see that the magnification ratio is 1,400 is to 700. Therefore, the ratio is 2:1. In other words, it means that every side of triangle ABE is twice of every side of triangle BDC. So, the side AE, for example, the length is 2 times the length of the side DC. So it means that x is equal to 2 times 800, so x is 1,600 feet. In number 18 we have x plus y equals -9, x plus 2y equals -25. From the first equation, x is -9 minus y. We replace x in the second one. We have -9 minus y plus 2y equals -25. Minus y plus 2y is y equals -9 goes on the right hand side as +9, minus 25 plus 9 minus 16. If you replace, therefore x will be equal to -9 minus -16, minus is plus, so x is equal to 7. In number 19 we are told that sine x is equal to 4/5. And x is an angle in a right angle triangle. So this is the angle x, the triangle is right angle. And we are asked to find cosine of 90 minus x. If I look in triangle, 90 minus x would be the angle C, because together angles B and C are equal to 90 degrees. So this is 90 minus x, and cosine is equal to, you remember, so ca STOA, sine of angle C is opposite side, opposite, that is AB over hypotenuse. This is hypotenuse. Cos of angle C is adjacent over hypotenuse, and tan is opposite over adjacent. Therefore, cos of 90 minus x will be equal to AC adjacent over BC hypotenuse. Sine x, if I look at sine x is the opposite side of angle B, which is AC, over hypotenuse, which is BC. We can see that cos 90 minus x is the same thing as sine x. They are both equal to AC over BC. So that is equal to 4 over 5. And in number 20, we are given that A is 5 root 2 and 2A is square root of 2x. Therefore, from the first relation we have that 2A is 2 times 5, 10 root 2, and 10 root 2 equals square root of 2x. We can divide both sides by square root 2. So 10 is equal roots, x stays under the root, square root x. We square both sides, therefore x is equal to 100.